Jose Rizal and Maximo Viola's grand tour in Europe. The trip started in Germany where they visited the cities of Berlin, Dresden, and Lemeritz. They started in Berlin, where they made a quick stop in Potsdam City to see the statue of Frederick the Great. By May 11, 1887, they left Berlin, bound for Dresden by train. In Dresden, they visited floral exposition and botanical gardens for viewing and scientific study. Rizal and Viola were impressed on how the people of Dresden were able to maintain their landmarks and monuments. They also met with their friend Dr. Hagor, who advised them to notify Dr. Blumentritt before they visit him in Lemeritz. Here is a brief background on Dr. Ferdinand Blumentritt, one of Rizal's mentors. He is an enthusiast of Philippine culture who wrote 250 essays and articles on Philippine ethnography. Him and Rizal became close friends through exchange of letters. Blumentritt and Rizal bonded because of their shared love for the Philippines and the Filipinos. According to Blumentritt, Dr. Jose Rizal is the greatest product of the Philippines, and also the greatest man the Malayan race has ever produced. A symbol of their close friendship is a pencil sketch of Blumentritt that Rizal gave to him before he left Lemeritz. Here are the highlights of their trip in Lemeritz. Rizal conducted Tagalog lessons to the Austrians and met known scientist Dr. Shepalak. Rizal recognized the Austrians' hospitality, love of nature, and nobility, while Rizal amazed them by his fluency of the German language. By May 1787, they went to Czechoslovakia. In Prague, they met with Dr. Wilcome to be their sponsor, as advised by Dr. Blumentritt. In Prague, they visited the tomb of Nicholas Copernicus, the Museum of Natural History, bacteriological laboratories, and the cave where San Juan Nepomuceno was jailed. By May 20, 1887, they went to Austria to visit the city of Vienna. In Vienna, they toured around a few art galleries, museums, public parks, and recreational centers. On their last day in this city, they took a boat trip in the Danube River, which took them back to Linz-Port in Germany on May 24, 1887. In Germany, they visited the cities of Munich, Nuremberg, and Ulm. From Munich, they drove to the city of Nuremberg. In the city of Nuremberg, Rizal and Viola visited the Museum of the Torture Machines used by the Catholic Church during the time of Inquisition. While in Ulm, they visited one of the largest and tallest cathedrals found in Germany. And lastly is Rhine Falls City, where they saw Bin Waterfall, regarded as the most beautiful waterfall in the continent of Europe. Their next stop is Geneva City in Switzerland. During this trip, Rizal received bad news from his colleagues in Madrid about the conditions of the Igorots in the Philippines, who were objects of mockery by the Spanish press. On a lighter note, Rizal celebrated his 26th birthday in Geneva with Maximo Viola, and after which they separated ways. Now alone, Rizal flew to Italy. He visited the cities of Turin, Milan, Venice, Florence, and the eternal city, Rome. In Rome, he visited St. Peter's Basilica, and he was able to witness the feast day of St. Peter and St. Paul. This was where Rizal's tour of Europe ended. He now planned to go back to the Philippines. During this time, Rizal was experiencing conditions of financial difficulties of studying abroad, the satisfaction of his studies in Madrid. He wanted to prove that there was no reason to fear of going home, and his belief that the Spanish regime would not punish the innocent. Moreover, he was motivated because of these following reasons: to operate on his mother's eye, to serve his people oppressed by the Spanish tyrants, to find out how Noli Me Tangere and his other writings were affecting the Filipinos and the Spaniards in the Philippines, and to know Leonor Rivera's reason for her silence. By August 5, 1887, Rizal is back in Manila. He first visited his school Ateneo and met with Padre Faura, who showed him a sculpture of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, which he made during his student days. After which he went to Calamba, Laguna. In Calamba, he opened a medical clinic, and he was called Dr. Uliman for being mistaken as a German. In Calamba, he also taught his mates lessons in gymnastics, fencing, shooting, to keep the people away from the vices of sabong and panggigit. While in Calamba, there were rumors circulating about his reputation already. Rizal was rumored to be a German spy, an agent of Bismarck, a member of Masonry, and was called a soul halfway to damnation. He was also receiving threats to his life. He was given the courtesy to visit Malacanang by the liberal-minded Governor-General Terrero. The Governor-General knew the threats on Rizal's life and even assigned Don Jose Tabil de Andrade to be his bodyguard. Rizal was also requested to be the spokesperson of the tenants abused by the friars in Calamba. Rizal submitted his findings to the Governor-General, which angered the friars even more. This became the reason for Governor-General Terrero's dismissal from his position, and so Rizal planned to leave Philippines again for his family and his life security.